You see, record immigration is not smart when you have a housing shortage, to state the obvious. Not enough places for people to live, rents rising, home prices going up and up and up and up. This is out today. Rental vacancies, the lowest ever. Let's have a look at that. 20 years of data. Follow the line along from 2025 all the way through to today. We cannot house the people we have here already. And the stupid idea is, let's bring more in. We have a genuine crisis in Australia, and no one in politics who wants to know or say anything about it. And no one wants to deal with another reality, and that is we have a huge number of families, the working poor, the phrase is. It's a cheapening of the phrase. But there are families living in caravans, in tents, in grandparents' backyard. They cannot get or afford somewhere to live. And at the same time, the idiots in Canberra are bringing people in en masse. Take this last week. Channel 9 Brisbane told the story of a 78-year-old woman. She is living in her car in a Brisbane suburb, living there because there's nowhere else for her to go. Have a look at that. And the foil wind cover on the windscreen to keep the heat out. And she had been living there for a month. She will rent until she dies, because that is Australia now. And there is nowhere for her to go. And no one did anything about it until it popped up on TV. She was on the streets for a month. This was Channel 9 News.
At 78, Susanna Tuxford should be enjoying her golden years. Instead, she spends each night sleeping alone with her little dog jammed in her car in a Beanley car park.
I'm not used to it.
Susanna has no family in Australia, the country she was born. She started working at 14, paid her taxes for more than 50 years. But after her retirement in 2014, her rent in aged care became too expensive. Now she can't afford to live, so her only option is the park. And when she contacted the federal government, she was told it is her only option.
That just takes your breath away. There it is on the screen. She's paid tax all her life, worked all her life, contributed to the country, and the national shame of this. It got 2 minutes on the news. It should have been headlines everywhere. But I guess the problem is the story is actually not that unique. It's a sadly common reality of Australia right now. And it will get worse because we are bringing people in to homes that we don't have. And I doubt Claire O'Neill, the immigration minister in Canberra, would even be capable of joining the dots between her actions and this disgrace in our country. Now, I'm not saying it's her fault, but I'm not saying it's not. What is she doing to stop situations like this happening? Nothing at all. She's pumping more people in. 500,000 additional people coming to Australia since the start of the year. 500,000, record immigration. Make that 750, maybe even 800,000 by this time next year. And if you just think about it for a moment, the numbers are staggering. And no one ever wants to talk about the numbers of people coming, let alone where they're coming from, if they're appropriate for this country.